The tax on the home depot
Yeah,
one, he removed it because I had Billy send me an ST3 one.
Okay.
But he needed 1x12s, because the one 1x12, two of them are rotted in the front where the deck will adhere to, where they'll screw it into.
Sure.
So, he has all the itemized stuff, but we knew enough to take the tax out, so I know it's wrong on this one, but it won't be, so.
okay,
He'll get you the itemized copy. Hopefully they'll have it on Friday when he's here.
excellent. Am I understanding the platform comes pre-assembled?
No,
Oh, yeah.
no,
Okay. No, you don't have to, I'm just asking you. Yep, don't have to. Been to the beach today, you're back at the office. Tanya, you missed a great photo opportunity.
hey, I tried. Literally, I'm calling Chris, like, going, I'm never gonna make it.
That's okay. You managed without you.
I apologize. Did you? We should have those, the little cardboard cuts.
All right, I'll call this meeting to order. First up is roll call.
Counselor Morris,
Present.
Mayor Labine,
Present.
Counselor Gibbrey,
Present.
Counselor Johnson.
Present.
Mayor, Counselor Labine is absent.
Next up, pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, number 5, consent agenda. Any questions?
We discussed them. I'll make a motion to accept the consent agenda as presented.
And I'll second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Next up, appearances. First up, 6.1, Alan Johnson, Benchmark Engineering. Adopt resolution for change order regarding receptacles in the North First Street project.
Good evening, council. So in your packet, there's change order 1 for the First Street project in the amount of $4,922.50. That would be to add receptacles under the light poles. Without it, we wouldn't be able to add, give any lighting or anything like that. Banner arms that needs power. They come on with the power, and the lights are on, like Christmas lighting decoration, stuff like that is typically what goes up there. Without this, there'll be no receptacle there, so it's up to you guys if you want to do that or not.
I got a question on that, Alan. How come that wasn't in the bid? That's something that's not normally in there, or
No, most light poles don't have a receptacle.
no, it wasn't noticed before? Well, we have to have them. We don't have no choice. We're gonna have Christmas tree decorations and stuff, you gotta have them, so. Any discussion on this, or?
No. I'll make a motion for the change order to move forward.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried.
Then, just a quick update on that project, so that's the part they're working on right now with electrical. I think KGM has, just upgraded, the sidewalk areas, and hopefully get that stuff wrapped up in the next week and start on the concrete stuff, so it's coming along right on schedule, kind of how they anticipated. And then one other update on the projects, so I reached out to Utility Systems of America on the wastewater treatment Blackcliff Station endorsement project, and I asked them to provide an update on their schedule by the 17th, and I have no further feedback at this point. The last feedback was that they were waiting on a part for the lid, a latch on the lift station that was broken when they installed it last summer. So when they received that part, they were going to provide a schedule. They said, I still have no update. That's where that stands. Any questions? Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alan.
Thanks, Al. Next up, 6.2, Ben DiNucci, Masato Metallics.
Do we have to do the resolution?
Yes. Counselor, and Mayor, we, 6.1A, adopt resolution for change order regarding the receptacles. Counselor Thronson and Mara supported the change order, but we should actually have a motion to adopt the resolution. What would be the board's wish? What would be the council's wish?
Do you want me to make a motion?
Sure.
I'll make a motion to adopt the resolution for the change order.
I'll second it.
Thank you.
Any further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
6.2.
Okay, Ben.
Mayor and Council, Larry Sutherland, President and CEO, Masato Metallics.
Do you want that? Okay.
Yeah, we have the last final, I think it is, the checks for the $25,000 loan donation for your upgrade of the Bryan area there, so we're happy to do that, and participate and be part of the community advocacy and involvement with staying in alignment and tune with what our communities are doing, where our workforces come from. And give you a brief update on the project if you like.
Larry,
Yeah.
could we ask that you go to the podium? Thank you so much.
So we continue our construction on Critical Path, which is a concentrator building. That's the largest building at the facility, which the large rocks come into that facility after going through primary and secondary crusher stages. And when they come out of that building, it's 280 to 320 mesh iron ore material, which is what the consistency of base powder, which is ready to be pelletized. So that's the critical path right now to complete our project. We're anticipating pellets 2 years from now, in the spring of 26. So we have about 100 contractors on site now. We plan to wrap up this summer. I can't speak intelligently yet on what that ramp up's going to entail, because we're trying to work with the agencies, the MPCA and DNR, to ascertain the completion of our permit to mine amendment. So it's large construction spend. We have about another $700 million to spend, not only on labor, but procurement, consumables to get that project completed. So we're trying to guide that spend with the completion of our permit to mine amendment. In other words, we feel it should take, within that 2-year time frame to be completed, so that ramp up will occur quite significantly this summer and continue until completion, and they'll tell us 2 years from now. If they tell us it's gonna be 3 years or 4 years, that ramp up's gonna be slower and the construction spend consistent with, linear with the completion of that amendment. So that's kind of the guidance we're still seeking, and that's why we're not at a full ramp up, which could go up to 700-800 trade union contractors at that site to complete it, to have us 2 years from now. So it's a significant spend, significant ramp up, and very good for this area in the region. Because that pellet plant will be completed, it will start up. And subsequent to that, we're looking to install a hot briquetted iron facility, electric arc furnace, liquid steel into a caster and a hot roll coil right here in Itasca County. And we're permitted for that. And I would suggest those permits might never be attained in Minnesota again through steel production. So the pelletizing facility in itself will be probably around 450 full-time USW union worker jobs. And that's not including the trade unions that will come in and do outage work, project work, surge maintenance and stuff like that, just like they do at the other mines. But through that Green Steel Initiative, we're talking 2,000 full-time USW jobs right there. Plus all the peripheral jobs that come with this. Economists say it could be 3 or 4 to 1 that's on site. So it's very significant for this region and for Itasca County, which absolutely needs that tax base. You can ask any of the school board members, councilors of cities and townships, etc., how strained they are for tax dollars to get into their budgets to do what the communities deserve and all the infrastructure upgrades that deteriorated over the years. As you know, it's a continual upgrade to keep your city viable and vibrant and moving forward. So I'm proud to be doing this and look forward to that completion. And thank you for your support that you've given the Southern College project. Any questions?
Everything sounds great.
The audience, any questions? Comments?
We need it, our school needs it, our communities need it. We need a shot in the arm on the west end if you're at the Iron Range. You're just the company that can do it for us.
You'll get it.
Awesome.
Thank you. We'd like to present checks and take another forward.
Very good.
Just up here.
Yeah, with it. That'd be all right.
Yep.
Should I come behind?
Yeah, come on, right here. Let me get us all in here.
I guess I'm losing my pro skills.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Ben.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Be
Thank
back
you
for
for coming.
more photos when the project's done.
Oh, yes, very good.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
Thanks, Greg.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Ellen.
Bye, Ellen. Thank you.
Back to the podium.
Under appearances, 6.3, Tabitha Brim, discuss water line.
Hi, my name is Tabitha Brim. I live on 214 West 3rd Avenue, so just down the road. And I follow your great news from earlier with some not so great news. I've come to ask for some assistance getting a ticket I put in complete. I had some decline in my water pressure back in, I noticed it about September or so, when we had a new water filter put in 2021. And he's like, if you ever have any issues with water pressure, change out your filter. So we're like, okay, it's probably really just the filter. I changed my filter monthly after that, but I saw no improvement in that. So I called the city hall and they told me that any look into for my water pressure would have to first be inspected by a plumber. So I did that. I called the plumber out, they came out, and they determined that my water gate was broken. So we had to get the water turned off. I spent a couple hours with the city workers trying to get my water turned off, and being told that we don't turn off the water in the winter. This isn't something we normally do. He should just change it on the lifeline. And myself and the plumber both refused those options and said, no, we need my water turned off. If this was an emergency, there'd be no excuses. If my basement was flooding, I would need my water turned off, regardless if it's in the middle of winter. So it became the end of the day at that time, and he had to come back the next day to try turning off the water. The power sprayed into my curb stop. You've got all these details in the little letter I gave you. And eventually he did manage to try to get it turned off, but it wasn't completely off. And so I had to call him out a few more times, and finally on the third time I called him up to turn off my water heater or crunch, and then my water turned off. We got the water gate taken off, and the plumber noticed that my water line to the curb stop is partially clogged with like sediment and gunk and everything that comes in through the water lines. And he said, we can't do anything about that right now because it's winter time. We don't clean out water lines in the winter. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I got the water gate, it's a little bit better. We could probably survive until spring. Come spring, I put in my request to clean out my water line. That was back in, I think, the very beginning of April. I got dates in there for sure. I have yet to hear anything about getting that taken care of, and my water is between about half to a quarter of the pressure I should have throughout the house. I cannot run more than one tap at a time. I can't run full load of the washing machine because there's not enough water coming in. So my request for you is to please, short term, help me get my water fixed so that I can run my house as it should be ran. The long-term goals I think I put in there was something that I proposed to you, that's for you to take away and kind of look over and discuss. Something that we can do about the water, because the plumbers that I work with say that Keewatin's got the worst water out of between Rapids and Virginia. They hate trying to work here because the water's so bad. Better turnaround times for the city workers, because going, 2 months not hearing anything or knowing what's gonna happen or if they're gonna come out, in my opinion, isn't acceptable. They should at least call me and be like, but we're really busy, but here's a date that we can come out. Okay, fine. Totally acceptable. And I think I got a couple of things that I don't remember what they are. But they are detailed in the letter I gave you. And the long-term goals are just for you guys to kind of discuss. I know you guys got budgeting and stuff to take care of. So I don't know anything about that. My goal is, I just want my water.
All right, Tabitha, I'd like to say, I'd like to apologize to you that you don't have water.
That's okay. I mean, I do have a little bit, but it's definitely not where it should be. It takes me 10 minutes to fill my sink to do my dishes. And I've got a little sink. It takes me 40 minutes to fill a bathtub halfway so we can take a bath. And so I'm paying more to run my water heater for this hot water that I need because it takes longer for me to get that water. I turn it off. 2 minutes goes by, I turn it on, full water pressure. Not even 2 seconds later, it's down to a trickle. So I've got the capability in my house, it's just not coming in fast
We can't make a decision tonight, but we will be having another meeting and I'll guarantee you to get your water.
Okay.
We'll get it, I'm sorry for the long delays. There's two things in this town, you got people, when they're out of electricity, you gotta get them electricity, they don't have water, you gotta get them water.
No, and I understand parents in this neighborhood are very busy and they have PTO coming up. I fully support PTO. Just talk to me. Tell me what the plan is and I'll let you know if it's gonna work.
Okay.
All right, that's everything.
Thank you.
We're getting back to you real soon, thank you.
Thanks,
you,
Tabitha.
Tabitha.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Unfinished business. 7-1, discuss proposed East Itasca joint sewer board bylaws. Red line changes. Very easy.
Thank you, Mayor. I apologize, I haven't gotten those red line changes back. The one piece of bad news that I'll deliver to you is, as of now, it has still not been completed. The document has more than doubled in size. So I just want to let you know there's significant revisions being made because I want to make sure that we incorporate enough of the joint power agreement to make sure that it's effective. Because what happens, my experience tells me what happens a lot of times in this sort of arrangement is folks will rely on one document or the other, and if you don't have enough of the information, some of the critical pieces, the control pieces, get missed or forgotten, and then you develop a pattern where they're not followed. And I just want to make sure, especially being a participant and with the experience that we've had with the Joint Power Authority, that we make sure that the control pieces that exist to benefit and protect the city of Keewatin are in place in the bylaws so they can never be overlooked. So I do apologize for not having them back. I am working on them, and it is going to be a significant revision.
Will you be attending the June 18th sewer meeting?
It's on my calendar.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Unfinished business 7-2, update on the new lease payment process.
Mayor and council, everything is transferred over and set up in the clerk's office. People are slowly going online and setting up their account. There is a charge for them if they use their credit card in the office or online, but if they set up automatic ACH deposit, then there is not that large charge, and people are going with that as they come in. So it's exciting, and we're happy to have the new process and very promising.
Good, thank you.
Questions?
Okay.
So that charge is only if we go on and go as guest, the $4.95. Because when we were switching over to this newbie, I don't recall us being told, we were told it's gonna be $9.95 a month, you know what I'm saying, for the charge, where right now PSN is high. It's like 400 or something. It's like a lot more. So if you go to the automatic, is it like $1 charge or no charge? Because everyone that's gone on, and there's several people, you know, I can name them, and they come and talk to Billy and you, but they're not understanding it. So today, before I came up to the meeting, I went back on there. I was gonna pay as a guest. It's gonna charge me $4.95 automatically.
$4.95 is 2.95% of your bill. Is that what you're talking about?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
It's just a flat.
Can I
fee, it
ask the
says.
Councilor Thronson, come back during the city clerks and we'll go over what your questions are? So I
Oh,
know
okay.
exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, thank you.
Any further discussion? Okay. Move on to 7.3, adopt resolution to apply for and accept funds from the Just Transition Grant for $15,000 to be used for engineering costs to assess the Spire Credit Union building.
Mayor and Council, if you recall, I think I emailed you all that this opportunity came up for applying for this Just Transition Grant. It's piggybacked with a $100,000 grant that Itasca County had submitted. And Sarah Carling let them know that we were looking for funds to have the Spire building reviewed by our engineer. And I did receive notification that we have been awarded the $15,000. We just don't have the contract yet. So that's very promising.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you.
I'll support.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. 7.4, discuss fire credit union building. So we got a hold of Pat McCann this week, and we told him we got this grant coming to help figure out what it's gonna be and how we're gonna go about with this building, and he gave us an extension to, I believe, July 31st, was it?
Correct.
So gives us a little time to work on it a little bit more, and find some more stuff out, but looking like it's a good deal, maybe, who knows, we'll have to see what they say. Any other questions on it, or? Okay. Number 8, new business. Approve emergency generator plan maintenance agreement. We have a new generator down at the new station at the sewer plant. So we have to, it's under warranty for a few years and stuff, but we still have to do a maintenance agreement where they come in and they do a complete check on it, every year for the next, I think it's a 5-year contract or possibly. Is there any
Yeah,
motion?
it's my proposal.
Any questions on it?
Nothing.
We need a motion to go with the contract.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. 8.2, set special meeting date with Kristen Hool, CLA, June 18th, 2024, at 5 p.m. May include potential closing.
I can't make that date, but whatever. Works for everyone else, if it's not a good date. then-
Are you gone?
Yeah.
Mayor,
Yes.
could we have possibly 2 dates then? I would like
Fine with
Counselor Thronson to be here when the audit goes, when they discuss the audit. Is there a different day that works for you?
That one just isn't good. I don't know what would work for them, yeah, I don't know.
So could we have 2 possible dates and I can go back to the auditor?
Yeah, and if we can't get the other one, we'll just be stuck with this one.
And that's
We'll try
fine,
to change it.
yeah.
Okay, so June 18th, and what's the other day that would work for all of you?
Is it possible to do it before a council meeting, or is that expected to be a long meeting? Like if we did a 4 and then a
Or
5?
even a 3 quick stuff if we
Yeah.
had to.
It's easier, this is just me speaking for, it's easier for me to have it on the same day as we're having meetings.
Yeah.
Otherwise I have to,
Juggle.
if it's not,
Tanya.
26th.
yeah. Is that,
Wednesday the 26th.
I won't be here that day. Yeah, I'll be in Boston. So.
My other concern is that we get it so far out. There's a reason she needs this
Done.
done.
Mhm.
so here's my question then. When does Counselor Levine come back?
This weekend, I think.
I think she's back she should be back Monday.
And the 19th, City Hall's closed.
Oh,
I
right,
forgot that, I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
that's what I was gonna suggest, I forgot about that.
Can we do it on the 20th?
We can schedule it. If I run into a hiccup, I'll communicate that.
20th would.
Be Thursday?
Sure. Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
And at 5 still.
At 5. So would the motion be that set a special date for June 20th with a backup date of June 18th at 5 p.m. for a special meeting with potential closed meeting?
I'll make a motion like that.
And I'll support that wording.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. 8.3, adopt a resolution to accept $1,500 for the Legion Endowment Fund for the KFD for education supplies.
I'll make a motion to accept it with discussion. Because it's a good thing, I'm not saying, but I just have a couple things I want to talk about. So, when I had applied for Nash Rock Endowment, 2,500, it got shut down because I wasn't approved to request the money.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're doing that same thing.
We didn't actually request the money. So this came out of Lisa Conway, she's the National Fire Safety Management.
Okay.
They send letters out to everybody. The check was written wrong. It was written to the city and not to that specific fund.
Oh,
And it's much easier for us to spend the money on personalized, like we can put our logo on it. If it goes to if we have them rip up the check, send out the check to the National Fire Safety, we can only buy supplies through them. And they have a very limited amount and it's just generic for the fire prevention material that we get, because this is just strictly fire prevention material.
this is what she requested though.
Yes, she
Okay.
requested it. So it's the National
Specifically.
Fire Safety Council. Yep. We got 350 from Tackle Tamer, but that check was written directly to them. So, so when we did this, it was just like, okay, we can keep it here because then we can put it into our pot and order, like we get the fire helmets with the KFB logo on it. We can't do that for that Fire Safety Council.
Okay.
So that's why it's different. It's not, we did not go out and seek funding, so.
Mhm, okay. And it didn't say, so that's why I was.
Yeah, it didn't say, and
But I'm
it
totally
was
not
dropped
sending
off.
money back if
No,
we get
it was
money.
dropped off here and I'm like, what's this for? So that's what it was.
Perfect, thank you. And we need the second.
No, not yet.
I'll support it if we.
So we have a motion by Counselor Thompson, supported by Jivery.
Any further discussion, all in favor?
I
Aye.
Thanks, Danny.
Thank you.
Okay, number 9.
She has to do a roll call.
Hang
Sorry,
on. Roll call, please. Counselor Marv,
abstain.
Mayor Levine,
Yes.
Counselor Jivery,
yes.
Counselor Thompson.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, number 9, you have any committee reports?
I'll go a little bit on the up on the central entrance. That is, done now. That garden up there has been cleaned out. And we all received an email from Beth that I have $150 left with flowers, whatever, around town. So she asked if I could go pick some up to finish off on Friday. So I am gonna just go get some more flowers for them to work with, just so everyone understands what's going on. And then the flower pot will be done.
Nice. Thank you.
And the entrance, it's noticeable, so good work.
Oh,
It
thank
looks,
you.
it looks nice.
The flowers are perennials, so they're not gonna show up. Some of them will, but we'll notice them next year.
It looks nice.
It is what it is and whatever, but thank you, Krista.
Any department head reports?
I would like permission to post possibly on the city Facebook page and also to put something in the utility bills that we are actively recruiting for volunteer firefighters. If that would be okay, possibly the community center sign, but I mean, we need some people. We're at 107 calls this year. We're down to, a lot of people work shift work. So 1 or 2 people are making calls. I mean, we're down people. It's
How many do you have on now?
15, but it's just not enough.
A lot of
With shift
working
work,
people,
yeah,
yeah.
with
Yeah.
shift work and families. Plus we've been doing, bingo on Thursday nights to try and raise some funds for us. And so Monday night practices, it's a lot. So I would just like to see if we can get some, I know we have people buying houses. in town.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully they're younger people or somebody that's interested. I would just like to put it out there and start doing some active searching for us. It's just not enough. We need people. I know it's a dying breed. EMS across the board, police, ambulance is going through the same thing. I mean, you know, the ambulance is running with one person on calling for us as volunteers to drive because they just don't have enough. So, I mean, it's, we're in a bad spot right now, so,
Very much needed.
yeah, absolutely.
Motion for that.
I mean, I don't know if we need a motion, I just need approval, or as long as
Yeah,
everybody
to
just knows.
advertise for it, yeah.
That's a,
Number 12, legal counsel reports on legal allegation.
We need to close the meeting.
Yeah, I would suggest if we want to discuss this issue, you probably want to move to a close to receive attorney-client privilege information.
Very good.
Before we do that, Colin, are you here on the weed problem we got?
Yeah.
Okay, wanna come up to the thing? I'm going to handle that first, and we're gonna close the meeting, so.
I just
So the front ball fields, the middle entrance, and then around the ball fields, the whole playground and stuff. I had Green again print out quotes for all three, and he broke it down obviously for just weed or weed and fertilizer, and then depending on treatments and stuff. So there's different routes you guys can go, but that's a huge eyesore. T-ball stuff. The kids are trying to play ball. They're bouncing the balls off of the dandelions instead of grass. It's terrible. And I mean, you guys are short mowing it. You know, it seems like that's a hard issue. Dandelions grow 10 times faster than grass does. I mean, you guys are gonna win out. Just take care of this. I know you guys used to spray through the city, and there was concerns with that, and workers don't want to do that anymore. So I think this is a fair thing to do. If they don't want to do it, then we contract it out. They did the Nashwauk field, T-ball field, the Nashwauk baseball and football field, and they're doing a second dose over there. So it just makes sense that if they got the funding to keep their city up and, you know, keep the fields up, then we should be able to probably start catching up, because ours are in bad shape.
They look horrible.
Agree.
A question I have for you, Colin, did he do it, is he doing it twice a year then? The combination, or how did he?
Depending what you go with, but they do recommend 2 applications, minimum, to get a drastic effect. And I know this year's been really bad. I have a really good yard, and at most I see like 10 to 15 dandelions. This year I have like a couple hundred. So I paid for him to come spray 1 dose, and yeah, it knocked it all out. And then Tanya has another guy.
Yeah, I obtained another bid.
So we have two sets of quotes for the same areas. So if we can figure out what you guys want to go with and approve that and then get them sprayed, and I think that'll be a huge measure for at least coming into town and not seeing all the yellow.
Agree.
thank you.
Yeah, so I don't know if you wanna put them on the, I have it, I just know you guys haven't had a chance to look at it, because we just got it between Monday and Tuesday of this week. So if we wanna, I don't know if we can put it on the next one, or put it on the special agenda if we
I can do
do
that.
that. Let's do
Yeah,
that.
let's
You wanna
do that.
add it to that 19th or 20th meeting?
Yeah.
20th. So that way you guys can see it, and then I'll call,
Make it
because
twice.
I'm gonna ask him if it was 2 applications or if it was just 1 as well, so.
They've been let go for so long, I think you almost have to do 2. One's not good enough.
Even 3 for the first year,
Yeah.
seriously, because
Yeah.
it's bad because we have let it go.
Right.
I will say though, since Wayne has been down there, and I know it looks 1,000 times better than it did 2 weeks ago, or, you know, so it's just I appreciate the, you know, bringing it, especially when you're using it and whatnot, because it does need a little love down there, and it's such a nice field, so thank you for bringing it.
I was gonna suggest, could we, petition gambling, maybe to help with this?
I think that's a good
Wouldn't
idea.
hurt to say, oh, if we get 500 for one or 500 for the other, we'll all pay for it.
I need a motion.
Oh, damn.
It's
A motion
coming.
for
I'll make a motion to ask for gambling funds for the field.
I'll second it. Any further discussion? All in favor?
I,
Motion carried. Gail?
yeah, anybody have their windows rolled down? No, I'm just kidding.
Do you need a motion to go to a closed meeting? I'll make a motion to go to a closed meeting.
I'll support.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
5:37.
Don't you have to recess this one?
All right, we'll close this meeting.
Do you have to?
We are recessed.